Our silly game saved my daughter's life. When my daughter Iris was 7, she became obsessed with this idea that we needed a secret way to communicate in emergencies. She'd just learned about World War II codebreakers in school and was convinced that every family needed their own private language. I thought it was adorable, so I played along. We spent an entire weekend creating what she called the Sunshine System because she wanted it to sound happy and innocent. Red balloons meant danger or I'm not safe. Visiting Aunt Clara meant call the police, even though we didn't have an Aunt Clara. Piano lessons meant someone is hurting me, which was darkly specific for a 7-year-old. Making lemonade meant I'm scared but can't talk freely. The beach house meant I'm being taken somewhere against my will, referencing our family vacation spot in Mendocino. We practiced it like a game for months, slipping coded phrases into normal conversations at dinner or during car rides. If I said I was thinking about red balloons, Iris would immediately respond with the safety phrase, which was Dad bought flowers, meaning everything is actually fine. If she didn't respond with that phrase, I was supposed to take her seriously. By the time Iris turned 10, we'd mostly forgotten about the Sunshine System. Life got busy with her soccer schedule and my work deadlines and her friend drama. The code became something we joked about occasionally, like, "Remember when you made me learn all those weird phrases?" But I'd noticed she still used some of them without thinking, the way you might still knock on wood or avoid cracks in sidewalks from childhood superstitions. She'd mention red balloons when she was anxious about a test, or say she needed piano lessons when she was overwhelmed. It had become part of her emotional vocabulary, without either of us really noticing. When Iris turned 14, she started dating a boy named Cody from her freshman class. He seemed fine at first, polite when he came to pick her up, decent grades, played JV basketball. My ex-wife liked him because he was on the student council. I had a weird feeling about him that I couldn't explain, something about how he'd steer Iris away from her friends when they hung out in groups, but I chalked it up to being an overprotective dad. 3 months into their relationship, Iris's texts started changing. She'd always been a frequent texter, sending me memes and random thoughts throughout the day. But suddenly her messages got shorter and less frequent. When I'd ask how school was, she'd respond with one-word answers. When I'd suggest we grab dinner, she'd say she had plans with Cody. I mentioned it to my ex-wife, but she said I was being paranoid and that teenagers naturally pull away from their parents. She said Iris was just growing up and I needed to give her space. The texts that did come through seemed fine on the surface, but something felt off. They sounded like Iris, but also not quite right. Too formal, too careful, missing the random tangents and emoji spam that usually characterized her messages. Then, on a Wednesday night, I got a text that made me pause. Had a great day today. Cody took me to look at red balloons for the Valentine's dance. We might do piano lessons together since we both need to learn. The dance committee is thinking about having it at the beach house venue, thinking of making lemonade for the bake sale. My hands started shaking as I read.